this stage, but we're straight into it here, Rusty. Is Tahm and Gangplank going to be banned away one more time? And WE trying to grab a victory on the blue side for the first time today. As Energy Pacemaker all trying to make things happen for themselves one more time, but momentum now for WE.
Momentum well and truly in their favor, of course. That last game wasn't perfect, but they showed a lot of positive steps towards the direction of winning the game, which is the most important thing, as you would obviously note.
Yep.
So moving into this third game, the question is always, and it's what you'll see in every single best of 3 series, what are the bans going to be next? Because they lost to a Rek'Sai that was MVP worthy. I don't think it's ban worthy, but they might have been spooked by it.
Yeah, it's a very good point. In WE, do they ban the Poppy one more time, or do they take away something else that they see as higher priority?
I mean, I would hope they ban the Poppy.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
They are also first pick, so there's a lot of other options for them, such as the, such as the Rise, or even the Trundle that they use to great success.
Well, the blue side ban going to be exactly the same as the first game here for WE. Energy Pacemaker all, they can make it the same if they decide to take away the Lissandra.
Yeah. Look, Alistar may not have a great degree of success at the moment, but I honestly think that he's ban or pickable. And it's starting to irk me that he hasn't been addressed in a ban yet, because he's been picked in literally every single game of the LPL up until right now.
He's also lost both games this time around, but Fiora is going to be taken away here from Energy Pacemaker all, which is an interesting one, because WE can pick up the Poppy if they feel like it. But the Lissandra is, of course, there, and you have to think that that's going to be the priority here for WE, unless they decide to go straight back to that Alistar.
I kind of
to try and give him even more losses. I don't know.
kind of like the Fiora ban a lot. It almost says to them, to World Elite that is, that you should pick Poppy, otherwise we will. Because you know what? They banned the Fiora that won lane. Like,
yeah,
well,
true.
We're just going to pick and win lane now, aren't we? What are you going to do?
Bring it on.
It's a big taunt, and of course, Graves is a great option. There's so many other good first picks for World Elite to go for. But it almost is knowingly now that there should be a Poppy. I would say last pick.
Poppy and Lissandra could be picked up here as well. Both of them can be flex picks towards a whole lot of different positions. But Alistar, another consideration. Jezza deciding to pick that one up. Theoretically.
Well, definitely should be Alistar Lissandra. It's just such a good first draft because they're flexing everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, Lissandra can go top, Lissandra can go mid. Alistar is just safe. It doesn't reveal any hands. The AD carry is the important factor in that. That's just such a well-rounded first draft, and if they don't do it, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, very surprised, especially given the power of that Lissandra and the fact that they've been flexing that pick a lot anyway. Irrespective of this, the first time that they've managed to get their hands on it, we'll see whether they can be as powerful with the champion as 957 was in the last game. Now Condi and GA, up to them to pick something up. But this does mean that Condi not going to be able to play that frontline tank role. It's going to be more of a, facilitative, destroy the jungle and be a massive damage threat position. So we'll see whether Condi is able to move over to that role very easily.
And this is also what makes Alistar such a good support option, at least to take away from 957 who's picked up this Graves. Because they need a natural tank option. You always default to Alistar as the support tank because you literally just press your R key and you're a tank. Whereas most other supports are left a little bit more wanting in the tank department. So by having the Graves denying the Alistar, they've actually set themselves up to have a tankier team than that of World Elite. But we'll see if they actually make it work, World Elite, here with their next draft.
Well, Kassadin, another consideration. GA.
He wants Hecarim.
Yeah, they were looking at the Hecarim for a little bit, and he's already got the teleport tonight. But switching it back now one more time.
You calm down, 957.
Yeah. Oh, are they flexing the Kassadin towards the top lane as well? Anything could happen. This is the LPL. Romantic, though. Going to be hovering over the Ezreal. Republic can change things up now as well. I mean, it has been in the mid lane. The LeBlanc versus Kassadin. Either side of the matchup has come through for both teams.
I mean, Rek'Sai is not bad into the Graves either. He's like such a naturally tanky champion. And
we saw it last game, right?
Like locking the Graves down opposed to actually just taking the burst and being kited. So, like, overall, not a bad choice here from Energy Pacemaker all. Difficult, though.
It's looking very similar to WE's lineup last game. To be frank with you. Mystic looking at a Tristana as 957 is thinking about riding gallantly into the top lane astride a mighty steed.
I don't know, I'm not sold on it just yet. I think with some time left in this draft, the decision they make should be something a little bit tankier. Mind you, there are a lot of Hecarims in the LPL that just go straight tank items and forego any type of resistances.
Yeah, thinking about long hair just a little bit.
Yeah, as in the only tank Hecarim with no sheen item.
Yeah. Just no damage, really. It's just let's just get beefy as quickly as possible and be a disruption threat. Having said, he was very successful at it, and it is going to be the horse locked in. So Ignite Teleport has been switched up, 957 at this point. The Mystic's going to have a lot more consistent damage now on this Tristana.
They've also got the option of the counter pick here for the top lane. So they've gone for the Hecarim, and they can opt into having the Lissandra in the top lane, or they can put the Lissandra middle and pick whatever they would like to go in that top lane against it. Now, Poppy is always going to be the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah. Be very interesting if it was the Azir.
Or an Ezreal mid, because reasons.
Because reasons.
Yeah. Take that.
Yeah, well, that's what it's going to be. So, Romantic is going to be taking the Kalista into the bottom lane. So, once again, it is going to be Alistar Kalista, which has had lane dominance, especially last game for Energy Pacemaker all, but it was after that point that Romantic just really didn't manage to get going, and as soon as he got picked off, the rest of Energy Pacemaker all would fall apart. And now Republic, this is a good lane for Ezreal.
It is. It's a very good lane for Ezreal, and that's why I'm very confused with him having Exhaust. I mean, you can go for Ignite, you can have a kill threat, you can go for Barrier and have some sustainability and prevent the Kassadin from trading with you.
Maybe the Condi ganks. He can exhaust the Graves as he comes in and kill the Kassadin.
That's so next level.
I'm thinking pretty deep here, Rusty, because I
at
don't
least
quite know why.
10 minutes ahead on an unpredictable game. I mean, like, I don't disagree with the Exhaust, because Exhaust is like the, I'm not going to say poor man's Ignite, but it's like the versatile Ignite, where it reduces resistances and lets you do damage.
Yep.
And also reduces their damage and move speed.
And if you can do it before they, use a burst combo on you, things can definitely work out.
Yeah.
But Ezra, you probably just want to sit back and throw out Mystic shots and be frustrating.
Not exactly, no.
Well, not at level 2, where you just kill people, right?
Yep. Level 2, keep your eyes on the middle lane, because Ezreal's, if they can control the minions well enough, which he should be able to do, should actually just put on a clinic and dumps the GA.
Well, we'll see if he can do it as we hop onto the Rift. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for game number 3 between WE and Energy Pacemaker all. Both of these teams, of course, managing to pick up a victory, given the fact that we are in the 3rd game. We'll see whether WE is going to be able to carry the momentum or whether it's going to be EPA to go back to their red side ways and pick up a win. Condi, oh, look at that damage from the queue.
Aggressive. Energy Pacemaker all. They're asserting their dominance, but the vision has already been placed defensively from World Elite, so well and truly aware as we're getting to see our first Elderwood Hecarim.
Oh, Death Sentence lands onto Rabbit 97. Yeah, that Elderwood Hecarim looks super cool, right?
Gorgeous skin. Splash is just as good too.
Yeah, he was already majestic. Now even more majestic.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yep.
All right. Now I've just got sudden reinvigorated faith in 957. So who cares about stats and how he's done in the past? He's Elderwood Hecarim.
He played a decent Lissandra.
He was, yeah.
Let's not remember.
He was fine.
Fiora being banned after it was not all that impressive in the first game. That being said, you're right. He did manage to win the lane.
Double lane swap on the looks of it. Zero's about to find out exactly that.
Oh, immediately flashes out of the way. Not going to get pulverized.
Good play here from EPA, funnily enough. Zero was being aggressive, and of course, when you're putting the lane swap into effect yourself, the natural rotation at level 1 is to go through the tri-bush to the red buff, ward the red buff, and then actually look to be a pest if they go from doubles to red, because they're going to their strong lane, which is going to be their double lane. So Free flash basically for nothing on decent predictive and analytical skills here from EPA.
Yeah, I like it. A lot of extra damage, though, for Mystic. Those auto attacks are really hurting under Romantic.
The problem, again, with Alistar in level 1 laning phase is that all you do is sit there and take damage. You kind of have to be relevant in laning phase, and that's what really makes you struggle, as the level 2 we were mentioning. Jay, pretty much struggling.
Yeah. Well, this is what we were predicting out of this lane, right? Not going to be a whole lot of fun if you cast it in.
Not at all.
Already eating through these flasks as much as possible. Does have the teleport, so you can go back a little bit earlier on and not miss out on too much, but dangerous times.
Yeah.
I love the green theme in this lane as well. Glorious.
It's not bad. Now you mention it. It's not overly green, to be fair. Only Elderwood Hecarim in the grass.
Oh, no. You've got the...
hints.
That
Tinge.
Yeah, that Lysandra skin, a little bit green.
Green.
A little bit
fringe.
Well, 957 looking to go aggressive. There's the Chlorodoom. Going to be followed.
Whoa.
The Flash as well?
Okay. So, I guess was trying to not get interrupted by the Hecarim E at the same time as the Claw. Generally speaking, even if you knock them out when you think Lysandra's Claw is about to end, it doesn't actually end.
Yep.
It has like an extra little bit of forgiving time there of like 0.2 of a second. So, I mean, Gim should have been fine. He didn't need to flash. Rabbit wants this.
Yeah, going for a very aggressive. Oh, that flash in the middle of the Dark Passage is almost going to get himself killed there, but was super cool.
He's going to die.
Yeah, the rocket jump comes in. Is he going to explode first? Blood goes down. Yep. There it is. The headbutt even saving him just a little bit as well as the teleport comes in. This is a nightmare for EPA. Double kill for Mystic. Jejo just going, oh, okay, well...
That was so good from Rabbit.
Oh, man,
but there
so
was
cool.
No team there to help him in securing the kill. As it was almost style points that backfired so badly.
Yeah, I'm angry. Man, it should have been good, right?
He wanted that highlight reel so desperately, but the poor man didn't get what he wanted. Republic sitting in the middle lane, actually having forced the Cassid into lane spot with Hecarim, by the way. In a comfortable position.
I've been this frustrated in solo queue as well. It's like, nah, we're swapping. I can't handle this.
Yeah. Look, I would actually say this is a smart decision because the Hecarim, we've seen Keen do it in the LCS, let's be fair. It's valid.
Oh, so good, but misses the flash pulverize.
Exactly. The Ignite was very smart from Rabbit, and Mystic over-aggressive but knows there's no knock-up or pulverize available. The teleport comes in. He actually wastes his jump into a very defensive position. And 957, honestly, plays the Hecarim picture perfect. Knocks them back towards Mystic, who gets a free second kill.
Yep, just delivered on a silver platter there for Mystic.
It was gold-plated, honestly. That was amazing.
Yeah, now has the double buffs at the same time. And Condi adding insult to injury here on the top side. Going to take away this pink ward. And EPA are really going to have to work something out. Already 1,000 gold behind, and it's the fact that the kills managed to go onto this Tristana that's the real problem. Double daggers against BF Sword? Yep, nah, sorry.
Yeah, it's the 2 kills and it's double buffs, so there's absolutely nothing that EPA can do in this lane. And it's actually smart of Condi to put all of his attention towards the top side of the map, prevent Rabbit from getting those double buffs back, which is the standard move for every single jungler when your doubles are taken is, well, I'm getting them back.
Yeah, no, they're mine.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, Romantic, it's a bit of damage from the explosive shot passive, but able to hop away, and Marshall Flow is pretty good for that.
Patient.
Yeah, Rabbit 97. Doesn't have his flash, of course.
Some might say needlessly patient. He could be farming jungle. Just kidding, he has none. Not at all.
Never mind.
He literally has nothing on the entire map. There is no jungle besides a single Gromp and a single Scuttle Crab.
Yeah.
In fact, you're fine, Rabbit. You stay there as long as you want.
Yeah, just chill. Has it been Condi that's been taking his jungle, or is it actually Rabbit managed to clear that quickly? His Wolves now just came back up, as did Condi's, but it looks like these junglers just pretty effective as far as taking down their camps is concerned. Swiftness boots very early on completed by Condi. So we have a look at the jungler's items. Of course, Rabbit not quite picking his up yet, as Republic just taking command of this lane. Already has his tier, stacking that one up, but despite no extra sort of damage stats, still doing work. Oh, Death Sentence barely missing there from 0.
Aggressive hook, though. Opting towards the Callista opposed to the free hook on the Alistar, who was in a closer area. Let's call it aggressive, but it pays off if it connects, right? So the risk-reward factor of this top lane, or let's say the duo in the top lane, it's better for them to take risks because they're so far ahead.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's also the fact that, you don't necessarily expect it to be onto the Callista if there is an easy hook available, so it could have been catching them off guard, theoretically.
Yeah.
But Condi, of course, the Wolves respawn, so he's going to be killing those ASAP. Red buff now back up here as well, but both of these junglers definitely on farm mode. 29 to 24 in the farm here at 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, but you have to say, like, honestly, this is good from EPA to slow down what was already a 2-0 Tristana. Somehow staying in laning phase when it's 2 daggers against the BF sword is a godsend for them at the moment, because that was looking dangerous.
Yeah, and not getting denied too much either. It's 55 CS to 63, not even breaching that 10 CS lead mark. So Mystic does have a bit of a wave to clear up here, but doing well. The side of Romantic as far as trying to keep things together.
I guess, like, mid-games where you look, if you're EPA, I was just thinking about it, they've got an Ezreal who's starting to scale with tier. He's been given blue buff, which is great, because that means that tier should be online around 20 minutes.
Yep.
Because he's got the buff, he's been just sitting in middle lane. No one wants to contest that guy.
No.
Kassadin, no chance in the world. Hecarim was the last resort who had to go there for a few waves and try and give Kassadin some kind of respite. And granted, he's keeping up in farm as best he can. It's not really going to be able to match Zero.
There are a lot of people there. There's the headbutt pulverizer. Romantic going to get a lot of damage extra down onto him. GA making his way in. It's a decent force pulse, but it's not going to be enough. Riftwalk has to be used now defensively. That's an easy kill for EPA.
Yeah, and yet again, it's Zero face checking a bush. Yeah. Every single time they're trying to place vision, EPA just seem one step ahead of him. And they're not even forcing the dragon. They're just threatening that area by not having vision there. Making them come to you. Free 300 gold straight in the bank. And that goes to Rabbit.
Yeah, and destroy the pink ward immediately as well, so that's a lot of wasted money at the same time. True Shot Barrage lands onto GA, who goes aggressive onto Republic.
GA.
Not entirely sure whether that's a great idea, but he's not going to die for it.
It's a great idea.
Yep, Condi making his way in. He's going to get sandwiched, though, by the cow. Nothing worse than a cow sandwich.
I like beef.
Delicious.
What do you mean?
Actually, yeah. Hang on.
Cow sandwich is fine.
Yeah, cow sandwich sounds great.
Fair enough. Look.
That particular cow, maybe not so much.
It was interesting, though. I'll say Jezo trying to counter-gank Condi, who was trying to actually help his teammate who is still losing. And this is all coming off the back of Republic, who is winning his lane no matter who he's put up against. So this Ezreal is actually proving to be quite strong as a pocket pick here for this EPA side in that middle lane.
Yeah, it's the danger of, I guess, picking the Kassadin blind into the what was both other games that LeBlanc pick up. But once again, Rabbit97 still looking to try and get some work done. Oh, this ward is going to die right now. And if he moves very soon, then that'd be so smart. Because he would have timed that ward when it went down. But no, going to be replaced.
They know where it was warded this time, though. They actually got vision from Romantic seeing that place down. So Rek'Sai can make active steps towards not being spotted by the vision that they know is there. But instead, he realizes, not worth it. There's other places he can go.
Yeah, well, GA going to sacrifice a bit of his health bar to make sure he picks up all of these creeps, but doing a lot better now that he has hit that level 9 point. Now deciding to forego grabbing an Abyssal Scepter or something else like that. The Rod of Ages is going to be online very soon. Closer to, 12, 11 minutes as opposed to the 16 that was last time.
He's actually doing a lot better in this lane right now, and that's mostly to the itemization choices of Republic.
Oh, True Shot Barrage comes in. There's the flash, and GA just did not stand a chance. All in the time of that knock-up.
That was honestly so well done from Republic, though. The timing of the flash knock-up from Rabbit was timed with the ultimate of Republic, who then used his E and flash at the same time to get in range of a Q and auto attack. It all happened within a second.
Yeah, really beautiful play. Gimgoon now slowing down 957, who's struggling a little bit in this lane. Claw of Doom comes in. He's looking for it. The ultimate comes down, but there's the flash. The ult out from Gimgoon. Can he manage to get the kill? The Ignite's down on top of him. The last Q. That'll do it. Teleport comes in. GA looking to try and answer this.
Graves is here as well.
Yeah, Condi. He'll do the best he can. Teleport comes in.
Check the bush.
Doesn't check it.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah, see ya, Gimgoon. Teleports onto his Nexus and he's home free.
Yeah. No, look, overall, very well played from Gimgoon. Completely destroying 957 in one-on-one combat. Doesn't even really have a damage item. He's got cooldown reduction, the makings of the Rod of Ages with his 2 Doran's rings. But Hecarim is even further behind because he's only really got Merc Treads and his Phage.
Yeah, Zero getting trolled by a minion there just a little bit, but thus far, what looked like a fantastic start for WE has turned into EPA controlling the rest of the map.
You know, the funny thing about Hecarim at the moment as well is what made him strong in laning phase is if you take damage, you go back to base, and you have Home Guard boots as your first item.
Oh, now you don't have that. Well, Rabbit97 is just chilling up here. I'm not entirely sure when he's going to use the knockup, but uses it on 957 as he makes his way and doesn't have the ultimate, remember, as Fate's Call comes in. They actually turn this one around as Jezzo trying to get the work done. There's collateral damage. So much extra work done here for WE as Condi makes his way and already has a double kill. Republic has picked up the support, but now has to deal with the rest of the team. It's a triple kill now for Condi. Romantic now dealing with the horse, who just jumps on top of him. See you later.
It almost felt like our announcer was a clairvoyant there, just quietly. Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
And that was the exact moment that EPA realized they made a mistake. And we're back.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, look, that was...
Oh, he's out of here.
Sorry,
guys.
I just heard triple kill. I was like, hang on, someone hasn't even got a kill yet. I can tell there's a turret about to die. Oh, nice.
You're the best at this. You are the best at this. Never mind that, though. Rabbit97 going to clear out some minions as they head towards the mid lane, and WE have utilized the fact that their Tristana was ahead and sent people up there to kill everyone. That's a good idea.
Yeah, no, they really have. Callista was trying so hard to turn that fight back around, but did no damage the entire time. And, I mean, World Elite just waited for a teleport from 957 for Condi to turn up and just obliterate every single person on the map. That guy's got his boots of swiftness.
Oh, there's the Hawk as Republic's underneath the turret. Zero displaying why he's so coveted on that Thresh pick. He knew that Republic was going to do that. That bait out of GA was beautiful to watch.
Yeah, honestly, Zero is a Thresh god, but the bait from GA was MVP of that particular hook.
Yeah.
So set up to a T, lets them put some damage onto the middle lane turret, but really they're just snowballing the map by controlling EPA. If you can keep them down, and 957 can actually walk around the map at brisk pace because he's Hecarim and does reasonably fast things, can stop Lissandra from winning the 1v1, can force them to rotate in response and react to where World Elite are going, and actually catch the entirety of the rest of the map up whilst Mystic continues to snowball.
Yeah, well, Romantic's going to do his best to clear things out, and you're right. Mystic wasn't able to grab that turret there in the mid lane, so again, EPA attempting to slow things down. In fact, they're the only team to have picked up a turret thus far, as, of course, 957 struggled a little bit towards the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, again, we're going to just be looking at this Tristana the entire time. Infinity Edge first item isn't actually that great unless you have most of your levels in queue actually established. So they're actually leaving Tristana for the most part alone to get experience. They actually recognize that they need to give him experience to utilize the queue, to utilize the Infinity Edge. The weird thing about that is by going Infinity Edge first, and by the time you get the solo experience to get levels in your queue, you're going to have enough money for attack speed. So,
yeah, but, you know, getting levels is always a good thing for Tristana. The draw a bead passive, pretty good as far as getting yourself the extra range, staying out of the way of angry cows.
Yeah.
Like Jezzel.
The biggest thing will always be the Tristana passive, and that's why they're letting Tristana stay alone. Graves, very short range champion, 3-0, so opting towards the QSS because he needs to stay alive and actually continue to be a carry threat for his team whilst he's in the front line. And meanwhile, the free farming Mystic will be in the back line, well and truly in the back line, because of the passive.
Yeah, and using that explosive shot to clear out these minion waves very, very quickly. Romantic waiting for this one to get to the turret, and you can see Mystic given a little bit more time just to freely move around and even get more damage on this turret. That is just so much work already done with only one item.
Yeah, and he's got his team waiting in the wing as well, so there's no chance for EPA to actually engage on this Tristana. They threaten being counter-engaged from this Graves that is monstrously large. No response available here from Rabbit and the rest of the EPA side. They need to find a teleport flank and or just straight engage by having the jump on World Elite.
Well, speaking of teleport flanks, the double teleport is now online here for WE as they have the top laner and mid laner and top and bottom side respectively. Actually not, oppositely. Republic's now going to clear up this wave, but it does mean that Mystic, who's just so much stronger than the other 3-man that was trying to answer, is able to put a lot of pressure on this turret.
It's the World Elite special, isn't it?
Yeah.
They have a Tristana that's so good at sieging. The interesting part is no tank.
Yeah, 957. Yeah, Condi gets exhausted now as well. Republic's going to lock down that kill very quickly.
That was... Oh, Condi, what were you doing? He was out of position walking to the right of the turret because they got a flank on him. Did not stick with his team. Did not get pulled to safety by any dark passages by any means. And he goes down, basically one-on-one to Republic. Used the QSS on the exhaust, but still missed everything before he used that QSS and did go down. Costing his team the turret.
But it is going to be GA getting one in the top lane. He decided not to make his way in. 957 didn't use his teleport either. So he just wandered back towards that mid lane. And let's see it again. Sorry, Condi.
Yeah, look. Condi throws the Q, hits the wall, misses Republic, then throws the ultimate, misses Republic, but definitely still hit that wall. And QSS.
Yeah, Rabbit97 has to get out of there. Republic actually has to deal with a huge horse who's going to die as Rabbit97 picks that one up. He's over the wall now as GA going to get ulted and fairly close to destroy, but Mystic comes in with a heal to save his life. Condi now going to get some revenge as Romantic falls down on the backside. Rabbit97 trying to do some work, but Condi, he wants revenge on that part of the map as well, and Mystic is going to wander through, possibly kill a pink ward, and there he goes. Condi grabs the kill onto the Rek'Sai, the pesky Rek'Sai that was causing him some trouble. WE, they answer.
And Zero, once again, he is actually the one that takes down Republic. No exhaust available for Republic, and just keep your eye on Zero, because 957 puts in work, forces him out of position. Zero knows where he's going with the Lantern to try and save his team. Says, all right, you're mine. Flashes for him and kills him.
Yep, takes him down with the empowered Q from the Flay, so really nicely done.
Yeah, and again, the rest of World Elite, they've got a lot of damage.
Whoa.
GA did well to live. Condi absolutely burst the heck out of them. And try as Mystic might, he does have his damage. He doesn't have enough gap-closing ability with just the Infinity Edge, because he hadn't recalled in a very long time.
Yeah, very long time. He'll have a lot of money right now.
Just bought an entire rapid-fire cannon.
Yeah. He's thinking to himself, man, that fight could have even gone better.
Did you know you can type RFC into
the shop? How cool is that?
Pretty
Only
cool.
very recent.
Yeah. These guys can't. It's not 6.1 yet.
Yeah. Sorry,
okay.
LPL. We shouldn't be telling them. Oh, hang on. They can't hear. Okay, well, Condi is going to be able to continue farming things up. You can see 99 to 73, but that's just the Graves way. He just likes killing creeps.
Yeah, it's very, very dangerous position right now if you were EPA. I mean, they've got actually the saving grace.
Kill that? Is it GA? Auto attack? Okay, decides not to.
Did you get it?
No, just left it there.
Come on,
happy.
Get back. Yep.
Oh, there it is. Nice. I swear, a lot of these wards are more invisible than you expect them to be.
Even the visible ones are hard to see. Apparently, again, like EPA, they're actually working around their power points at the moment. They don't have the 2-item spike for the Callista, but what they do have is a 1-0 Lissandra who can comfortably 1v1 almost everybody on the map. I would say besides the Graves, because he has a QSS there.
Yep.
Pretty much if they can get Lissandra to split push, work around the teleport that isn't there just yet, which is why they had numbers near the Lissandra to get the turret. But once that's available, if they can split, they're actually going to be okay. I think EPA can find a way back into this game on the back of Ezreal with wave clear, Callista to an extent with wave clear, and Lissandra with the ability to split push.
Yeah, it just seems like the foundation of the gameplay for WE just feels better here as well, because they just seem to be in the right lanes at the right times a little bit more. Like their split pushing is more effective. You can see 957 able to push up this wave as Mystic got towards the turret in the mid lane and was unable to siege it down. Seems like once again we're getting demonstrated sort of like the extra experience that WE do have at this level of play.
So that's the interesting thing, right? Is I'm giving you an example of how EPA can get back in this game, but I only have one example, right? If I was to compare that to World Elite, they can team fight, they can probably dive when they team fight right now, they can siege, and they can split push. I just lost my pen, come back. Even better than that of EPA, because they've got 2 teleports, they can run a 1-3-1 and wave clear themselves, or they can just straight up team fight and feel superior to that, because there's not even the teleport yet for Gimgo.
Yeah, not to mention their scaling comp is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
With Hecarim, Cassidy, and Tristana. I mean, not going to be too worried at that stage, not to mention having some extra damage threat with Condi on that Grace. 5-1-0 as well. I mean, Condi towards the back end of this series has been doing fantastic things.
I love the Ghostblade choice as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's the aggressive man's more of Malmortius, essentially, right? So I don't need the Hex Drinker, but I still want the armor penetration. He's got the active as well for a bit of extra move speed, and the QSS makes up for that Hex Drinker, which is why it's a very good overall choice for him.
Yeah, I like it. And of course, Mercurial Scimitar. Pretty decent item as well if you want to be able to grab yourself some lifesteal.
Yeah.
I dig it. But Gimgoon, 957. Things might go a little bit differently for the Lysandra this time, but has itemized towards armor. May mean that Gimgoon stands a little bit more of a chance here. Now with a needlessly large rod, going towards what should undoubtedly be that Zhonya's Hourglass.
You would hope that it's going to be a one-sided fight in favor of Gimgoon, solely because there's only armor basically built up here from 957. But hello, that's the Baron.
That is. Zero's going to be tanking it up as best he can, but you can see Mystic's got a bunch of damage. Prey Seekers are coming through. GA just trying to act as interference now. They are pulling off it. Decided actually...
GA needs the tank.
Yeah, they're staying on this Baron now as well.
It's
no
done.
vision at all for EPA, and that's going to be locked down. Baron successful here for WE.
It's a 5-1 Graves. It's a 2-0-3 Tristana. The damage that they can put onto that Baron.
Yeah.
We just saw it. It's so easy for them to take, and no chance for EPA to come and have a look and see if they're doing the Baron, because by the time they even get close from Kassadin zoning, it's gone.
Oh, Gimgoon going to try and take down 957 here, and he's probably going to be able to. That was a fantastic onslaught of shadows as he manages to create a lot of distance, but the knock-up from around the wall was very cool.
That was classy. Rabbit shows he knows the limits of Rek'Sai to a great extent. Of course,
well, not maybe not the limits, but knows exactly what he's capable of. Just not quite how much damage he can take, given the start of that game.
Sure. Again, though, they put a lot of effort into killing 957, right? A Flash Alistar, Ezreal ultimate, Rek'Sai Flash as well as the Lysandra ultimate to secure him. They do take him down. They do force a teleport.
Yeah,
they don't force all of the teleports, though. And there's still options available here for World Elite to keep EPA oppressed.
Yeah, 957 now with his teleport available, like you said, so... Spectre's Cow completed. May not be as easy to do last time, as this Heck Room's only going to get tankier and tankier. It's only part of the problem that EPA have addressed, but we'll see what they can do as we move into the later stage. Maybe they have one more ridiculous team fight that they have no right in winning to win. Could get themselves to the right position, but as it stands, 7,000 gold is the lead. 5 turrets to 3, which is the big deal. I mean, these structures are falling left, right, and center, and Tristan is only going to make things worse on that front.
Well, I mean, almost surprisingly compared this EPA side to Xiaogu. So if there's anything they can do, it feels like late game team fighting, and Condi, you need to be careful.
Does have to use the Ghostblade active to get himself to any semblance of safety. Mystic going to use the rocket jump as well as Gimgoon finds his way in. There's the flash. The QSS going to be used from Condi, who's still alive somehow. Gimgoon just buying time for his team to make his way in. The Ren not going to be enough to take him down. GA from the backside uses the Zhonya's as well. Probably shouldn't have, but he's picked up a double kill. Now Romantic's going to fall. It's a triple kill for the Kassadin, and he's just trying to play clean-up duty. You can see Rabbit97 now dealing with 2 members. Doing a pretty decent job as well as 957 picks up the 5th kill, but a quadra for GA.
And GA going off in that fight for World Elite. Condi putting down a whole bunch of damage, but the biggest thing that they just had was 957 zoning the entire time. This was Lysandra against Hecarim. This was a 1v4 on both ends. Gimgoon did so much work and wasted a lot of time, but he does ultimately go down for this, whereas 957, he lives. And you can see GA comes in, uses his own Zhonya's and already picks up the kill. And just like that, it's clean-up duty.
Exactly right. 2 turrets then as well. The inhibitor falls in favor of WE. With assistance of the Baron buff, it is going to happen. But now, the game blasted open for WE. 15 kills to 9 and almost a 10,000 gold lead.
Yeah, that has completely exploded out. This World Elite side have such a good scaling composition with Kassadin now getting blue buff on level 16.
Oh, man.
It's getting real dangerous here. Republic's doing a lot of damage. They've got a Lysandra who we just saw nearly win the team fight for them. Nearly. Didn't quite, but that does show how much damage that he's doing. Callista, 2-item spike, definitely online. It's so difficult for them to kill 957. So difficult for them to catch GA. And if Mystic gets a reset on that passive with the jump, basically lights out.
Yeah, it's true. And after a fantastic first game from Romantic, he's just been a bit of an absentee on the map. The Kalista play just hasn't been up to the level that's been needed of him from the team.
Yeah. The scariest part right now is the Lichbane completed for Cassidy.
Oh, God.
He's playing frontline Bruiser Cassidy, who's, if he presses W and auto-attacks you, it's probably half your health. You have to be very, very careful right now if you were Republic, Gimgoon, and Romantic.
Yeah, and the other scary thing on the side of EPA is that they have wave clear, AoE wave clear, in one champion, and that is going to be the Lissandra.
Yeah.
And she's relatively short range at the same time. Let's use that claw.
If it's worth anything, Ezreal does have decent wave clear with the Frozen Fist. The Iceborne Gauntlet. It does oppress the minions to an extent where you can at least clear, I'm going to say, 4 of the minions before it crashes onto a turret. EPA, though, if I were them, I would do exactly what they are now and try and pick someone before the siege begins. Because if a siege begins, then Cassidy's just unstoppable in a side lane. And if that happens, then you are in such big trouble.
Yeah, at least Republic has done a bit of work clearing out this bottom lane.
Good hook.
Yeah. Jezza taking a lot of damage. Just takes the Dark Passage to safety, though, does GA after taking half of the cow's health. True Shot Barrage not going to do too much there to Mystic. There's Condi helping him out. You can see Tristana and Graves. It's just so much tower damage. Look at that. 957 just launches himself at the thing in the Trinity Force.
To be fair, it was also the Lichbane auto attack from Cassidy.
True. Very true.
And top lane right now is one more wave, and then Tristana's going to take it. GA has made his adaptation to the siege. He's going to go bottom and oppress them and force them there. This should fall.
Well, Mystic is going to be able to chuck an explosive shot on it and makes very, very short work. Rabbit 97 is going to be there. Rocket Jump going to be used as Condi decides that he has to flash away from the Dark Passage. Gets out of there. Collateral damage going to do the work onto the Rek'Sai, and now the Cow making his way towards the backline. Gimgoon's there as well, just trying to create a problem. But GA is so huge in that front line. Mystic's able to clean up there as Condi does eventually fall down, but WE just looking so incredibly strong. And despite not being on a tank, Condi did his very best to be a frontliner there on that Graves, and this is going to be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. WE, they dropped the first game, but that was apparently just practice as they managed to take down EPA 2-1.
That was a disgusting Cassidy from GA. The second they came online, the game, honestly, it started in the top lane. The Tristana getting 2 kills. A big mistake that shouldn't have happened from Energy Pacemaker. They're a side that look good when they're ahead. And they're also good when they get to late game team fighting. But World Elite consolidated that lead so well. They honestly could not get back